So if Ed punches, right? So boxing, go slow for a second. He punches and then he retracts his hand, right? Turn slightly slow for a second. So he punches and he retracts his hand, right? In boxing, I would block, and as he pulls his hand back, I would ride. We call it riding the punch, right? So he block, boom, and then this, by him retracting, it brings me right to his chin, right? So 1, 2, right? 1, 2. But if I do this and I move out of the way, now I gotta come back. These are all the same things, right? Understanding distance, right? So when he does this, I come back. So that's one plane, right? Just linear. Now when he's doing the showman, right? I ride that. I don't waste my time trying to use strength against strength, right? I do this, and then I do this. Okay? So we're here, he pushes, I go down, and then. I'm not forcing his hand down. I let him strike, right? I let him strike, and my circle is tight. So make sure you're not doing this, moving over. Right? He goes, boom, and okay? So we'll turn that into EQ. Okay? He punches here, right here, right? So when he punches straight, you can pull it back up the whole way. 1. You can put it in the timing. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm doing is attacking him. Right? So I don't know what he's going to do, but I'm hitting him. So I could do this, right? Or I could do this. I could enter. Right? But I know the distance. So I know Bill's arm length, your arm length, your arm length. So I have a sense of where I need to be. If I just walk up to Ed like this, probably not good, right? Unless I'm going to come in, right? Right. Okay? So slowly, we do this all the time, right? But we do something like this, and we make the circle, right? So instead of making a circle, what I'm going to do is keep it more linear. Again, we talked about that line. If he wants to hit me with the backhand, right? Again. I let him go. I'm not moving his arm left or right. Okay? Okay, do that. Jab. What I want to do is slip his punch and touch it. I'm measuring, right? So just for practice, he catches his timing, and he's actually kind of like walking into the punch, right? He doesn't commit, but he's walking in, right? To the punch. Now, if I can do this, I can do this. Right? If I can catch his timing and do this, I can do this. In the middle. Okay? I can do this. Okay? Good. Yeah. But I want him to punch straight because I want him to make me slip the punch. If he punches over there, I don't have to punch. Right? So I want to get used to an object coming at my face and not that. Right? And then I can move to the inside. So don't go super fast. Okay?
No, it's a nice.
Yeah.
Are you waiting on someone to come back to do that?
Am I waiting?
Am I waiting back?
Yes. Technically, I'm ahead of you. But I'm not obviously ahead of you. Does that make sense? In other words, I'm not trying to do this. I let you punch, and I'm there. So it's like two trains crossing. But I know if I go too fast, I run into his punch. Right? So I let him come, and I slip. Right? Right? So I'm just capturing his timing. He punches, boom. He punches, boom. Okay? A little bit more. And you step, and you kick, right? One, right? striking, at least in boxing, right? My jab is the same thing. Right? And I'm moving my whole self. I'm not leaning with the head, I'm not stepping and being sluggish. I'm moving my whole center forward, right? So when Ed punches pretty good, right? So when Ed throws his jab, right, he's bringing himself forward, I'm bringing myself back. I'm not doing this. That's bad because now there's two from apart, right? So for me, I know the distance, right in, right? So I see his hand, I'm moving in. The reason I don't really care about that is because I'm going to get so close he can't generate power, right? Or I'm going to just slip it, and just drop, go slow. Right? Throw the right hand. So I'm just going to be here, right? Good. Right hand. Just throw two. Yes. So most people just kind of throw a haymaker type of thing, right? So I want to enter. We've been doing this all day long, right? I don't want to move away from it. I want to enter. Boom. And let him knock himself out. But as he does that, I can just as easily do this. Because I understand the distance and the timing. Right? So he throws his right hand, touch. He throws his right hand, go on top. Okay? Give it a shot. Stuff coming at you. So Ed's here and he strikes. Right? Right. Right. So I'm capturing his timing. I'm not trying to beat him with speed. When he flinches, there's a tell, like people play poker. So he gives me a tell, and that's what I'm responding to. But it's only because I'm connected to him. If I look at his punch and I try to beat his punch, I might be slow. So I'm not trying to beat his punch. I'm trying to beat him. Right? Right? So I'm trying to read his intention. Right? Okay. So they're going to throw a very slow left or right, and you respond to it. But don't go super fast trying to knock the person out. Don't get competitive. If I'm quote unquote new game, I'm going to give Ed something to work with. I'm not going super fast. Right. Okay, so I'm going at a speed that he can deal with. Okay? Give it a shot.
Good ways to express this idea of the box. And the box is also the serve. So when I think of my box and his box, this is where they go, this side is mine, that side is his. And we are always two people. So I'm moving around and he's moving around. What I want to do is I want to connect, make one shape. So this is moving, this is one shape of me leaning on him. That's still not one shape. It's just two shapes kind of like leaning on each other. I want one shape. So I'm connecting, and right here now, if I start pushing too much, now it's two shapes again. What I'm doing is do one shape. So the idea is, I'm not trying to go into his space. I'm trying to transform his space to our space. And you're like, that sounds like really lofty BS. And I agree, because it can be. So if I'm asking for his help, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. So what I'm trying to do is go, this is my circle, on my speed. And then right here, I'm in the way, and I'm making it hard for my uke. So what I want to do is make it easy for the uke. This is the idea of when I make one shape, be nice about it. So this is the capital idea, but with a smile. So this is a Toshinage I'm doing without doing Toshinage. Because what I'm doing is connecting him to my hip. Toshinage is, I don't want to do those anymore because my body, especially with that. But what I'm doing is going, I want shape, not to be his shape. I want it to be mine, so I have to make that shape close to me, but I have to allow him to feel like he's controlling his shape. Now I'm just making a hole where he's going to keep me. Okay? So when I do this, I have to be aware of the geometry and go, that foot is now free, and I don't want to be in the way. Just because he's got two hands tied up doesn't mean his feet are tied up. So what I'm always doing when I make the shape is I shift and I hide behind the hip that has the weight. And then here, now I just gave it back to him, because now this is all his space. Because I'm on the outside. So what I want to do is move so I'm on the inside. Easy to say how to do it. Try it out. Okay? Creating spaces. I'm moving with him. And so what I'm doing here is the more I try to move my partner, the less he moves. The more I just make myself neutral. So what I want to do is I'm going to do this one. Just tenchinage. Okay? And if you want to get fancy, I'm going to do tenchinage this. And then I'm going to shift. Okay? And then I'm going to move. Go like that. Go like that. Yes. And then from here. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So then.
You said stretch. I was.
Okay. The movement is move together. So what I'm trying to do is move, pivot, and right here, the urge is to go around him. So what I'm doing is going around him. So what I'm trying to do is take this around, shift, make myself the center. Okay? Just a step. Follow that.